welcome back to Houston Live. It's no secret that Houston is home to some really talented people of all professions, but the food and drink scene is truly something special.
I can agree with that. Behind Koffeteria, the bakery and cafe in East Downtown, is Chef Vanarin Kuch. The bakery just landed on the New York Times top bakeries list in 2024, but the accolades and his creations, they're inspired by his Cambodian roots, his family's journey as refugees, and of course, H-Town. Chef Van is here with us today to tell us about his journey. Chef, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
We are very excited that you're here. I mean, congratulations on that accolade right there. That's amazing.
You know, I cried a little few tears. Yes, we were actually flying on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve to Wisconsin, and I got the news. And of course, I'm like boarding on the plane, so I got no internet. So I'm like waiting for 2.5 hours. I'm like, why is everyone congratulating me? What's happening? As while like people are looking at me like, why is he freaking out? And I'm like, I promise I don't have a bomb. I'm just like on the uncertainty aisle right now. So like, you know, please, you know, hold me together. And exactly, then I won't have to shout like, you don't see that guy at the end. You don't see that guy at the end of the airport. That won't be me, I promise.
Thank goodness.
So, exactly.
And that's kind of like a cliffhanger to leave you on. If you know you're getting on a flight, you say nothing.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But apparently I got on the flight when all the Google alerts coming out, and yeah, so it's not my fault, it's Google's.
Absolutely. Well, Chef, I want to talk about why you're here. You're from native of Cambodia, right? So I want to talk.
Born and raised in Houston, but yeah, but I represent the Cambodia pretty hard. Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to talk about Koffeteria. What was your inspiration behind it? Like, what made you want to open this place up?
So for me, it's all about the name. Koffeteria stems from my grandma's washateria on West Gray, where the Pink's Pizza is right now.
Yes.
That used to be a washateria. My grandma, Sang Kim, ran that place like an army. It was amazing. Like, she was militant, but like familial at the same time. So like I took that like idea and kind of ran with it. And so Koffeteria is kind of my last 25 years of me working in this crazy industry. I worked in New York, I worked in Chicago. And so it's kind of my love letter to Houston. And be like, hey, you know, I'm back and I'm here to kind of represent and kind of show you what I've done and how I've grown, basically.
I have to know, what is the biggest difference when you're creating coffee for places like Chicago and New York, but you come back to Houston? What do Houstonians need to have in their coffee? Are we flavor-based, or what is like Houstonians' kryptonite?
You know, I've learned to never like figure out what the demographic needs, but what they don't know that they need yet.
Yeah.
And so it's always kind of like that whole, oh, how do I find the next viral thing? You become you and you stay you.
Yeah.
And then you become viral, and all of a sudden, everyone's gonna try to copycat that. And that's kind of what's happening right now. And that's okay. Because, you know, haters, they need to be recognized, but they also need to be congratulated, because this market needs that anyways.
Oh, God, I just love your attitude. I love your vibe.
I'm Cambodian, I'm gay, so like adversity come at me. People are like, what about this whole like freeway expansion? I'm like, okay, so another adversity for a gay minority in Houston. Like, come again, try again.
So imitation is the highest form of flattery. So if people are taking some of the ideas that you're doing, you must be something good, because nobody looked at an outfit and said, that's the ugliest thing I ever saw. I should wear that to work tomorrow.
Right,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Let me copy this lime green and run with it. Right?
Polyester, let's bring it back.
Yeah, tell me about it. I want to see velour like on everything.
Well, I think we have a few. Is this your husband right here that we're seeing?
Yes.
Look at you guys.
Nice.
So fancy. I think
I went to New York. It was part of my bucket list. Grab some experience, grab a husband, get out.
You make it sound so easy. I had to work with Sarah Pepper for 15 years for her to find me a husband.
And I've been to New York 4 times, came back nothing.
Like, trust me, we need to go out together. I'll be your wingman, and we got this.
Okay.
2 weeks tops.
The help would come in handy, because, you know, Lauren's married now, so she can stay.
Well, Chef, tell us a little bit more about Koffeteria. What can we find on the menu there?
Yeah, so it's pretty seasonal driven. It's very Houston flavor driven, if you will. Where we're situated is Old Vietnam Town, so I'm kind of like holding that pretty hardcore. It's gentrifying a lot, but it's really nice to be part of the conversation and the dialogue of the place, and kind of remind people, like, look, that old place that used to look Chinese, it actually was a Chinese store, but now it's like, you know, a burger joint or like a club now. But it's fine. But it's kind of cool to just kind of like have a spot that's kind of like the middle grounds between having a bakery and fine dining. And that was the main goal of Koffeteria. I worked in 25 years in fine dining. I worked 80 hours a week, killing myself, just trying to learn. And now it's the opportunity to kind of take that, what I've learned, and apply that to what I love. And yeah, it's kind of cool to finally be back and back myself and like see the fruits of my labor kind of
Right
doing
there.
what it's
So
doing.
what's next for you?
What's next for us? The world.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, Houston has many suburbs, and so it's all about kind of inundating those suburbs and just teaching. I always tell people, when you make food, you have to teach people how to eat. And it's kind of my mission of like, obviously keeping that Cambodian dialogue, but also like teaching people like, hey, you didn't know you needed this, but now you can't live without it.
Right.
So, sorry, not sorry.
Words to live by.
I'm saying,
I love it.
Like if you can't trust yourself, then who are you gonna trust?
For sure. Chef, thank you so much. Don't go anywhere, though. We've got lots more with pastry chef and owner of Koffeteria, Vanarin Cook. Coming up next, we are heading into the kitchen. I think that we've got a little bit of a flavor taste we're going to get from you.
Just a little bit of that
Just a little
cheese
bit.
flavor, yes.
Next when Houston Life returns. Welcome back to Houston Life. We are back with pastry chef Vanarin Cook of Koffeteria in East Downtown. And the cafe is one of 2 Texas bakeries that was just recognized by the New York Times 22 best bakeries across the U.S., which is amazing. Chef is going to tell us about one of the unique creations that helped him get that spot. So we've been kind of chatting about the items that you have on the menu at Koffeteria, but you've brought one for us to taste today.
Yes, this is an item that's on our savory menu. Our savory menu changes all the time. And right now, if you're in Houston, you know this is tamale season.
Absolutely.
So today we have our Tamalwich. We have one tamal that's pan-fried with cheese, Oaxaca on both sides. It's a souffle pancake on the bottom, a tostada from Zacatecas on top, because you got to support local.
Okay.
And then it gets just nicely nestled on top of there, of course, as one does.
Nice and thick.
We take this nice homemade Thai chili salsa verde that we made in-house, and then we just finish that on top.
So what goes in this, and is this too spicy?
It's not too spicy. I don't think it's too spicy.
I know, but
That's
see,
what I knew I was
some
gonna say.
people in Houston, like my mother-in-law included, like, no, this isn't hot, and I'll put it to my mouth. And I'm like, I need a glass of milk. My
it's
tongue is on
flavor,
fire.
exactly. We need the flavor, so it
Okay.
brings the flavor. What's spicy is this pickled jalapenos.
Oh,
This one
okay.
has some Thai chilies in it, but it has tomatillos, onions, garlic, cumin, so it'll balance out those Thai chilies.
I feel like that is kind of an added and necessary ingredient for this sandwich, but I know
to make it good.
I notice how you're like, I haven't put it on yet because they've kind of just told me that they're a little bit spice hesitant. We're gonna let you put on the amount of heat.
So we're gonna cut this in half, and you're gonna dip it in the pickled jalapenos as much as you can handle. But you don't necessarily need the pickled jalapenos. I like a little bit of like extra vinegar. It's very Cambodian. You got your sweet, your salty, and then your vinegar.
Here's my question for you, Chef. If we were at the restaurant right now and we wanted to pair this with a coffee, what kind of coffee would you say would be a best pairing for this?
Honestly, we have more than just coffee at the shop. We have this thing called a salted lemon soda. So my aunt makes these preserved lemons for us. They sit in the sun in salt for about 3 to 4 years. And so we blend that up with some sugar salt, some sugars, a little bit of salt, some citric acid, and some lemon juice, and we make it finish off with some Topo Chico, so it's nice and effervescent-y. So that would be the perfect pairing since it's very like on the more salty side, on the saline side. That little will help a nice balance.
Also, I was just smelling this. Smell this. It smells very pickled. So I'm
Is that when someone says Lucas, all of a sudden your glands are going at it? Yep. Lucas.
Well, should we cut this in half? Should we let you do the honors?
Absolutely. Let me do this guy here.
It smells,
it smells amazing.
So good. And I want to eat it, but I also want to be able to talk after.
She's like gone for like 10 minutes. What happened to Sarah? I don't know.
Are you guys open at Koffeteria 7 days?
7 days a week. We just opened 7 days a week as of like in December, actually. I kept it 4 days or 6 days a week because I wanted everyone to work 4 days on and 3 days off. So everybody on my staff, including myself, thankfully, we get 3 days off in a row.
Do you guys
really
tend to be very happy people?
Very happy people, very rested. I'm like, if you're doing too much, then that's your fault. I am so sorry. But I give you the time off. If you don't take that time off, then I don't know what to tell you.
Can I just eat it like a sandwich?
That's what it's intended for. Absolutely.
Oh, you said dip, right?
You can if you want. You look like you want some more pickled jalapenos, go for it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
But that salsa, it really do right, like honestly.
I'm gonna be cautious, but okay. Well, Sarah,
Someone get the milk.
this is a perfect way to welcome you back to Houston. I'm sticking with
so
my
good.
apple.
The crunch is like, as a kid, my neighbor made me like a Cheeto sandwich.
Oh my
I've been
God.
so obsessed with
With
the
it ever
crunch.
since.
Exactly. Crunch it with some like Miracle Whip. Call it a day.
Oh, Chef Van, thank you so much for stopping
pleasure.
by of Koffeteria, and congratulations on the accolades. That's amazing. If you want to stop by there, they're located at 1110 Hutchins Street, and we've linked their website online at houstonlife.tv under the Scene on HL section. Now,